What's inside this Goodwill $250 mystery collection? As you see, it's a lot of stuff, and there's a bank deposit box in the middle that I'm very excited to open. Let's dig into it, guys. This was $250, 25 pounds. All right, so starting off with the football binder, I found a couple of cards that I like. There's this Peyton Manning. Anything with a top-tier quarterback is going to be worth something. This Jalen Ramsey rated rookie, which I thought this was just a really clean card. But honestly, going through the binder, there wasn't a lot of stuff that I wanted. I liked seeing the football. Here's a Juju extra points rookie. But the condition, the reason why I bought this is because of the binders. I thought it would be in good condition, but some of these cards were not in the best condition, even though they were in binders, which was interesting. So going on to the next binder, this had some older football. And again, I wasn't very impressed with what was in the binders. It was fun to go through, but I don't think it was anything huge. As you see, we're taking cards out. We're going to go through all the cards at the end of the video that I took out that are worth mentioning. And a lot of these cards, though, were lower end, right? I feel like after I opened these binders, I kind of got the realization we spent $250 and we might be cooked here, guys, because there is not that much. There was a couple autos in these binders, but other than that, nothing huge. Then we had some 2024 Topps Heritage. I actually really do like this product. So now it's time to go through some of the loose stuff. There's so many random things like those playing cards. I actually enjoy the basketball and like the older football, but I cannot stand going through the older baseball. Like the junk wax era, even for football. But baseball is just so horrible going through those years because there's just so much of it, right? And all the cards look the same. But anyways, we found a couple of cool cards here. I'm basically setting stuff up in piles that are things to look up into research. And I'm able to go through it a little quicker now. Again, you kind of identify what's junk wax, and usually it's not going to be worth much. Kind of know your sets. But this was a really good one. This, we found some modern basketball, 2024 football as well. So this like loose section was actually really good. I saw a little bit of that in the listing photos, so I thought maybe we would have more of it. But a lot of this was old stuff. And here are also some more modern. But, for example, everything in this box was pretty much older vintage stuff. Kind of the last of the modern stuff that we went through. Got an MJ 5x6 or 4x6, whatever. And now it's time to open up the bank vault. So what do you guys think is in this thing? There wasn't much in this. It was a couple of players like Matt Williams and non-Hall of Famers in baseball. And as you see here, there just wasn't anything super, super good in that vault. I know I went through it quick. I didn't want to waste your guys' time and do a build-up. We are looking cooked here. I'm going to be honest. We are looking absolutely cooked. So let's go through our hits and see if we made our money back. So obviously this is a reprint. If it's not a reprint, this is worth tens of thousands of dollars. But that's the card I'll be keeping from this collection to kind of honor it and something fun. And also these 2024 quarterbacks, which are pretty neat. Again, why does every collection have 2024 products along with like 1980? I don't understand why it's people like stop collecting after this year. But there's that Curry. All these cards are going to be sent to ComC. So I'm going to kind of estimate here what these are worth. But these are the ones that I value over $1, right? Maybe $1.50, but nothing in like the $5 range. These are all cards that I value about $1 or maybe a little under. So as you see, the pile is not very huge. It's not a big pile at all. For the most part, we're cooked. But anyways, this collection was a lot of fun to go through. Again, I'm not a big fan of the old, junk wax in general, but especially baseball. It is a pain to go through. But I really did enjoy the basketball and the football in this, and some of the baseball I thought was pretty fun. But basically, guys, translation, we are absolutely cooked, is what I want you to think. But we actually sold the rest of those cards that weren't going to ComC for $100. I threw it up on Facebook Marketplace, and it sold for $100. I was really shocked. I usually give it away for free, but I told myself we will not lose more than $100. This is $250. I estimate we got about $50 back through those low-end cards, leaving us about $200 in the loss. But now we got that $100, so we only lost $100. I'm cool with that. A fun night going through all this stuff. So there you go.